Important meeting that the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray chaired along with some other important ministers and leaders of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi Sarkar. So Maharashtra government has made a decision to extend the lockdown in hotspot areas like Mumbai, Pune, Malegaon, Aurangabad and Solapur until May 31st, that is the end of this month. And in fact, the BMC had very clearly said that if the lockdown is not extended in Mumbai, all efforts of the BMC till now will stand wasted, as Mumbai recorded more than 900 cases just yesterday. Let's go across to my colleague Arunil, who's joining us with more inputs on the story. Arunil, as far as the case of Maharashtra is concerned, it seems that the people in these hotspots cannot look forward to any relaxations at least till May 31st.
Well, unfortunately, Preeti, there is no option as well, because speaking about the city of Mumbai, only yesterday it recorded the highest single day spike. The cases were only two below the 1,000 mark. So we can expect that to go above 1,000 as well, because the health authorities have clearly said that it is yet to peak in the city of Mumbai and across Maharashtra as well. So the BMC chief also had mentioned about it, saying that if the lockdown is lifted in the city of Mumbai, all the efforts that the health authorities, the BMC authorities, the cops, they have put it till now, it will be wasted. So in the hotspot areas, is at least the lockdown is being extended at least on principle, and an official announcement will be expected soon. These hotspot areas will be Mumbai and the adjoining areas of Thane, Navi Mumbai, Pune, Malegaon, Aurangabad and Solapur, which have been heavily impacted by the COVID-19 virus, whereas the other green zones areas and the other areas which are not majorly impacted, the Maharashtra government is planning to start some kind of an economic activity, especially in the green zone areas, and also some industrial activity in the green zone areas to keep the economy going. However, in the red zones, there is no option at all.
But at the same time, Arunil, as we have been reporting and seeing through those visuals which come out of Maharashtra and particularly Mumbai, we must admit that there has not been a very strict enforcement of lockdown, even in the first three phases that we have seen in some other parts of the country. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, in Gautam Budh Nagar, we've seen some extremely strict measures by the local administration. People do not venture out of their houses. Assembly of people in local markets is almost next to impossible. But that has not happened in Mumbai itself so far.
Well, speaking about the city of Mumbai, Preeti, the problems and the issues in the city of Mumbai are very, very different than any other part of across India, because which part of India will you see slum areas which have population more than 10 lakhs, and at least there are 8 to 9 slum pockets like that. We speak about Dharavi. I mean, there are some inaccessible areas in Dharavi, and you have to have strict measures. And the cops are also, to an extent, afraid of venturing into these areas. There have been instances wherein attacks have happened on cops as well. Yesterday, in fact, last night only, there were 2 instances of attacks on cops. One happened in the slum area of Antop Hill. One happened in Mumra, which is in the outskirts of the city of Mumbai. And we know that more than 1,000 cops already have been affected by the COVID-19 infection. So all of them, basically this number is for the state of Maharashtra, but all of them have got infected when they were on the line of duty trying to enforce that the lockdown is in place. And when I speak about the slum areas, many slum areas are volatile. In fact, in the city of Mumbai, be it Govandi, be it Malwani, be it the Sakinaka slum areas, and these areas, it is extremely difficult to basically adopt.
I think the slum areas of the city are a major challenge that makes the issue quite a bit of unique situation that the administration there in Mumbai has to deal with. Thanks very much, Arunil, for getting us all those inputs on the story. We're now moving on to the inputs which are coming